Hello, welcome back with me, Intan Komangria, and this time I would like to present my review novel with title The Jury by Steve Martini. Please listen to me carefully. The Jury is the sixth installment in Martini's popular legal thriller series featuring attorney Paul Madriani. This time, Madriani is defending David Crown, whose colleague, the beautiful and manipulative research physician Calista Jordan. He is accused of murdering. Although the storyline is generally interesting, set in the highly competitive world of research medicine, there are flaws that will distract the listeners from total enjoyment. Prominent among these is the irritating Crown, who is too stupid or native but the legal process to be believed. Also puzzling is the titular jury, which is only superficially present during the courtroom scenes and has no role in any important plot point. Doctor David Crown, a brilliant genetic researcher accused of killing colleague Calista Jordan, her strangled and dismembered body was found washed up on a beach. Not only does all the evidence point to Crown, but his lies and deceptions are starting to test the patience of Madriani and his partner, the quick-tempered Harry Hines. There may be motives aplenty was Jordan telling trade secrets about human genome research from Crohn's clinic and taking them to a rival company. Was Crohn a super lover of the strikingly beautiful African American Jordan? Did he catch her trying to sabotage his research because he previously had conducted controversial studies about the intellectual capacities of the different races? Unfortunately for the prosecution, the main witness who can shed light on motive is found dead the day before he is scheduled to testify. While floating in the water near San Diego, research scientist Calista Jordan contemplates what she can do next to get ahead in her profession. The intelligent African American psychic knows all the angles and is setting in motion her plan to replace her boss, the Dr. David Crown. However, she runs into her apartment when she hears a frightening noise only to have someone choke her to death. Attorney Paul Madrini feels frustrated as his stubborn client David, on trial for Callista's murder, refuse, refuses to cooperate in his own defense. Wondering if he represents a guilty person, Paul concludes that he will do his job in spite of his brilliant client's efforts to stubbornly block him and try to win an acquittal from the jury. Martinez names legal suspense thriller starring the intellectual defense attorney Paul Madriani and his acerbic partner Harry Hines, like I said before, again demonstrates the deft blend of courtroom finagling and outside discovery work that makes Martinez's books so popular. This time out, Madriani is called upon to defend the head of a human genome project research lab, who is accused of murdering a young, ambitious, brilliant female colleague about the unset him as head of the lab. Martin's description of the murder is a heart stopper in itself, and offer a sort of James Bond-like tuning in the choice of murder weapon. The action of the accused, Dr. Crown seemed to offer Madriani and Hinds very little room for defense. Crown had a motive to spare, plus opportunity and the fiendish inventiveness to commit this particular crime. The ways the defense team shore up the seemingly hopeless case with both outside discoveries and courtroom showdowns the provide most of the excitement in this fast-moving thriller. Crown seems to have had ample motivation for killing Calista Jordan. Witnesses have testified to the friction between them, and Crown himself seems less concerned about the capital murder charge than about what may be going on his lap when a key witness for the prosecution dies in what looks like a suicide and leaves a note confessing the murder. Crown is freed, and in an O. Henry-like twist in the last chapter, a most unlikely killer emerges that threatens Madriani's life. Not only the apparent suicide break the prosecution momentum, it throws the whole case into chaos, and in the end of the story, the Dr. Crowns is arrested and to the jail for 2 years because all of the evidence is referred to him. And uh, in my opinion, the outline for a much better novel is glamorous victim, well-connected defendant, bulldog prosecutor, resourceful defender, weighty issues. What a shame that everything that would make it memorable has been left blank, right down to the jury. The jury reads like a modernized and updated Stanley Perry Mason legal thriller. The novel treats the reader, uh, uh, like me, to a daily account of the trial, and when court is not in session, readers get an insider's look into how to enter legal crisis. Legal circles. The storyline is very vivid, especially when Steve Martini describes the courtroom scenes. Uh, the courtroom scenes, they feel so. Uh, I feel so authentic. The audience will feel they sit in the docket. Clearly, this novel is in the running for best legal procedural of the year, sending readers like me seeking landing for more Martinez. That's all from me. Goodbye.